Bo and Luke Duke decide to enter Uncle Jesse's moonshine into the Hazard County Food Fair? Or will Sheriff Roscoe P. Coltrane ruin their day on Dukes of Hazzard at 7:30pm? Find out after the Thamesmen.
Nigel, you and David originally started the band back in, when was it, 1964?
Well, before that we were in different groups. I was in a group called the Creatures, which was a skiffle group.
I was in Lovely Lads, yeah. And then we looked at each other and said, well, we might as well join up, you know. And
so we became the Originals.
Right.
And we had to change our name, actually.
Well, there's another group in the East End called the Originals, and we had to rename ourselves.
The New Originals.
New Originals,
yeah.
And then they became
the Regulars. They changed their name back to the Regulars, and we thought, well, we could go back to the Originals, but what's the point?
We became the Thamesmen at that point.
How are you, George?
I'm very well, and you tried to insult me, but it just rolls off like off the water of a duck's back.
And you think so? My name is Alex, and I'm in Colorado. Very nice to see you.
Lovely to see you. I'm George. I'm in Los Angeles, and we are the Thamesmen.
We are the community centre for good music. I saw this really got me into a spin. It's got me into a big spin. If you could go back and be 25 again, and have all the memories and everything you've learnt from up to now, and 25 million, what would you do differently?
Buy stock in Apple, probably. No, but that's being a bit. No, but isn't that like? What would you say? Are you talking about, like, okay, set yourself up for the future, or just to relive things to make them better?
Because I was talking to this, I read it. It was one of those stupid little comments, flippant things on Instagram. And then I was speaking to my wife, and I said, don't want the 25 million.
Really?
No. Because it's, having things is not enjoyable. The journey of getting something is enjoyable. Right, so, I mean, if you show me a trust fund kid and I'll show you someone with a mental health issue, right? Because they really do. They go off the rails. They have no self-achievement. Having things is not great. The journey to get things is great. Now, if you had 25 million and when you're 25, I'll probably completely fuck it all up. I wouldn't feel any pride on anything I do. So I reckon just give me $1 million.
I tell you the thing about those years when we were like 18, any time, it was the intensity of experience. And money can't buy intensity, I think. It was like those parties on a Saturday night. It was running around Oxford posting billboards up and not getting caught. It was sweaty gigs with like full of beer and smoke everywhere and, thousands or hundreds of people crammed into a fire hazard co-op hall or something like that. You know what I mean? It was the intensity of it.
If you had 25 million, you wouldn't be doing that. And also some of the parties we had, we were out in the middle of nowhere and we put strobes up and smoke and out in the woods or whatever. If you had 25 million, you wouldn't have that life.
No, exactly.
You'll be in some, Hilton in some fucking country, So it's flippant, but I don't think. Let me be 25 again and take everything I've learned. Don't give me the money.
I was talking about this with Susan last night, and I was saying that the sort of thing about when we were that age. We had pure passion for things like motorbikes or something, let's say, or music or whatever. I used to go to motorbike shops on a Saturday just to go and look at a motorbike. I read every issue of Performance Bikes, every flipping word of it, and Motorcycle News and, all those different things. You had this intense sort of passion for things and ability to get into, and then your band, you get totally into the music. And I go, how can we recreate that? How can we have those sort of intensity of passions again, I think, in some regards. And we just too old and cynical that we can't do it the same way.
Also, the typical American house has got 33,000 items, right, in the house. Yeah. I mean, we only need 5, honestly. The buying shit is just opium to dumb us down, right? We don't need any of this crap. I'm in a room and I'm surrounded by musical this and that or whatever. I don't need any of it, really. What I really do need is my mates and a campfire and a bag of weed.
Yeah, right.
You know, and
it would be good times.
And good times. Yeah. And so anyway, there you go. It's a bit heavy there.
Bit heavy way to start. So talking about a bag of weed and what it could do for you. What's the track we're looking at right now? Have you seen the link there?
Yeah,
Very
there
clever.
you go. Talking of it, absolutely. And do you know where their second album cover was shot?
Maple Durham House, or the Mill at Maple Durham.
Do you remember the Eatons? They owned that house.
Yeah. What's his name?
Rupert or something? They were weird.
Rupert. No, it wasn't Rupert. It was Jack Easton.
Yeah, very weird. My sister used to go around there and know the daughter and play, and it was very weird house. Anyway, we're not here about that to slag them under. We got some notes on it, right?
We have got some notes. So what we're talking about, just to fill people in, on the Black Sabbath album, there's a picture of a creepy guy, Ozzy Osbourne, standing in front of a mill house. And we've talked about it on other videos, and it was a place just down the road from where we live called Maple Durham. It was also where this film Eagle Has Landed has been shot.
Didn't you do a big faux pas down there?
Yeah, I ended up pushing a light into the pond. Yes,
that was it.
That was it. Yeah, that was the one. So it was all good. But anyway. So what we're doing is Paranoid, aren't we? Is that right?
Let me try and find notes.
Where were the notes on this one? I've lost them as well. Okay.
We're so professional.
We're so professional. I found them.
Have you?
Yeah,
you read them.
Shall I read them? Anyway, so Black Sabbath Paranoid is a track we all know and love, but this is worth revisiting, I think, isn't it? So this is the 1970 version. So this is something that's a bit before my time in some regards. So Paranoid is one of Black Sabbath's most iconic tracks, of course, serving as the title song of their 1970 album. The band performed this song on the British television show Top of the Pops in 1970, a performance that contributed to the song's popularity and showcased the heavy metal sound to a broader audience.
Top of the Pops, for those who don't know, came out every Thursday night, and it was a chart. And the bands used to go on there. Sorry about that. And the bands used to go on there and play. Sometimes they did it live, sometimes they didn't. Right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Rarely, I think. But then there was quite often when the band didn't turn up, and then they had dancers, didn't they? They had Legs and Co.
Pans People.
Pans People's first, then Legs and Co. Was it the other one?
Yeah. And before videos, if you had the music in it, but they just brought on 12 women who dance.
To dance, and then you look back. Yeah. Anyway,
so I used to know Pans People.
You know, we all had our favourite, didn't we?
Her name was Benita. She married David Spencer Percival. His name was David Percival, but he hyphenated his middle name and last to sound posher.
Okay, all right.
Looking at you, DSP. They split now.
Okay, all right. Maybe
she took it for everything.
Did she take the second name as well?
No,
hyphen Spencer.
No.
Okay,
looking at you, Benita.
The creation of Paranoid was somewhat serendipitous. During their recording sessions of their second album, the band realised they needed additional material to complete the record. In response, guitarist Tony Iommi spontaneously composed the song's main riff, and the rest of the band quickly joined in to develop the track. Bassist Geezer Butler penned the lyrics, which delve into the themes of mental instability and personal turmoil, reflecting feelings of depression and confusion. Remarkably, the song was written and recorded in a very short span, yet it became one of the band's most enduring hits. So it's Ozzy, Tony, Geezer, and Bill Ward on drums. This lineup is often referred to as the classic Black Sabbath formation, responsible for pioneering heavy metal in the 70s. So, yes.
That they fucking did.
The other thing about Top of the Pops was always the creepy Radio 1 presenters who ended up all being kiddly fiddlers at the end of the day, didn't they? But anyway,
Operation U Tree took a lot down.
Took a toll, yeah. So anyway.
Yes. Are you ready?
But yeah, I am ready, yes.
3, 2, 1, boom. bass.
All day long I think of things, but nothing seems to satisfy. Think I lose my mind if I don't find something to pacify. Can you help me? Occupy my brain. Oh yeah. I need someone to show me the things in life that I can't find. I can see the things that make true happiness. I must be blind.
Awesome.
Make a joke and I will sigh, and you will laugh and I will cry. Happiness I cannot feel, and love to me is so unreal. And so as you hear these words telling you now of my state, I tell you to end your life. I wish I could, but it's too late.
Oh,
It's not long enough, that song, but that's fantastic.
God, you know, just listening, we all know that track. We know it inside out. Just watching it just then, you don't get back lines as tight like that anymore with bands. And I know why.
Why's that?
Because I mean, it takes hundreds of hours of playing together to get that tight.
Yeah.
And on the road and doing shithole after shithole of gigs.
Right.
Up and down, up and down, up and down. And there's too much medium now. There's TV and internet and this and that. The bands don't have time to establish anymore.
Right. And they're not, yeah, exactly. And it's sort of so artificial because you can Pro Tools the hell out of everything.
Yeah.
And, you don't, they had to be able to play their track from top to bottom without having any artificial, stimulants, shall we say, in terms of technologies.
But they played that track, 500 times, 500 shitholes before you got to know it. So it was road tested. And it was out. I know they wrote it in the studio, right? But what they have done the hours upon hours upon hours to get into the studio to begin with. I mean, bands just don't have the venues to play anymore. Where would you now?
Well, I don't know. I still go, for those who follow, we have an Instagram page and we have a Thamesmen Facebook page and bits of business. So I do still go to quite a lot of gigs because I live in a big city, man. And I go to little venues and I see little bands and I post pictures up of what I see. And I saw a band the other day who what were they called? I can't remember what they were called. But they were like
an old forgotten fingerprint on an abandoned handrail. Your memory.
Yeah, exactly. But they were like a sort of psychedelic-y kind of surf band, really. They were flipping great. They were so good. They was in a little bar in the sort of middle of LA. So good. And then last Thursday, I went and saw an old favourite, Robyn Hitchock.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen Robyn Hitchock?
Never got into him, never got or watched him, but you saw he was backed up by Kelly Stoltz. And
Kelly Stoltz, yeah.
And that's a blast from the past. I was into him.
Really, because Kelly Stoltz had an amazing album and stuff and did some incredible tracks. And then Kelly Stoltz ended up, Kelly Stoltz had his band, or the players, and then for he was the drummer for Robyn Hitchock. And so he drummed, and then the guy who'd been playing drums ended up playing keyboards, and then the guy that could play bass on both bands.
Well, there you go.
It's just small touring gig, you know.
No,
you know?
but there you go. You've just got a shortfall of good musicians.
Yeah,
There's not enough around.
But I mean, it's probably economics of it as well. But it was in a small club called Zebulon, which is a really cool place in LA. And they were so good. And at the end, maybe I'll play it out at the end of this video, or I'll make another little mini video of it or something. I haven't worked out yet. But so he did his set. And then he's Robyn Hitchock he plays on words. He's surreal. He's clever. He's really, if you guys haven't heard Robyn Hitchock, go and check it out. But he sort of goes, okay, this is going to be my last track. And then we're going to do the encore. I'm not going to walk off. I'm just going to do another 3 tracks just so you don't have to cheer and do all that stuff. And my wife's going to come on and she's going to play some tracks with me. So he did 3 tracks. And then he finished and everyone's going, yeah, fantastic, amazing, well done. He goes, okay, I'm now going to pick up an acoustic guitar and I'm just going to go for a wander through the crowd. And he played like Beatles and he just did a wandering minstrel and he walked through the crowd, just zigzagging through, singing and playing. And the whole crowd was quiet and then sung along with him. Oh, and wow. The hairs are going up on my arms just thinking about it. It was truly special, you know. Cool. It was just like one of those things where it was just him, a musician, a guitar, and the crowd was totally there. And you know, we can go out and we can find these moments in shows. We just got to go out, you know.
It's cool. I mean, I'm not saying today's music is not to the standard of our era in any way. I'm not comparing that, but my 12-year-old knows everything about Sabbath.
Oh, really? Okay.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, he loves Iron Man. I fucking hate Iron Man. Oh, Lord. But, you know, I mean, and he loves Paranoid. I mean, just like Sabbath have not gone away.
No, that's
They haven't. They're a staple. They are basically beans of the music world.
Yeah. It's true. And, you know, you imagine you write that one track, which is 3 minutes long or whatever, and you're set for life, you know? It's flipping amazing.
Yeah, but then you have to fucking play it every day for the rest of your life.
That's the thing. I sort of oscillate between, like, if I was written that song, if I written Blur 13 or written one of those really iconic tracks, you know what I mean? Would you really get bored of playing it every time? Or
well, you know. I mean, so for those who don't know, my dad is a professional musician, played in a band called 10 Years After. The 4 of them fucking hate each other. And they stay in separate hotels. They fly in separately. The roadies do the sound check. He's just come off the road. He's just retired. Got to play fucking Love Like a Man or whatever. They know they're set so inside out. The only time they see each other is the moment they walk on stage.
Really? I mean, that's not true of everyone, though, is it? Do you think? Or do you think that's true of every old sort of rocker?
Well, can you imagine being in a marriage of 4 people? You get married at 16 years old. Right. And there's no way out. The only way you earn is, and I mean, like, there's been classic instances where Rick Lee, who you know, started a fight with Leo, and Leo started doing kung fu in a diner. You know, just fucking.
That sounds very rock shit to me. That sounds great.
And then Leo swung his bass at Alvin's guitar new girlfriend in the back room, and then he refused to go on because the spotlight was in the wrong fucking place. It's all there, and then at the end of it, you have to get back in the fucking van and then to go to the airport and sit together. They loathe each other.
Oh wow! Okay, all right. Well,
there you go. We're lucky. We're lucky we're not famous.
I wish I was the one who wrote Paranoid, and I'd love to play that bass line, just to play that over and over again. I'd feel like, or the guitar line, I'd feel like flipping, you know, God's bollocks at that point, really.
And that was a classic lineup.
You're so good, you know.
All right, my friend. That's it.
Good stuff. All right.
I'll see you on the flip side.
We better go and do some editing now, or something, haven't we? You know, get it out there in the world.
Take care.
See ya.
Bye.